Well, you know, I guess I'll take the LGBT kids question and the teen suicides. All of us were just down at a rally at Civic Center, and I think, you know, many of us may have recollections of our own high school experiences. Those of us who are queer that were not great. I remember having fag scrawled on my locker. I think we would like to think that San Francisco is different and not like that, but something like over 80% of kids in San Francisco Unified School District report having heard anti-gay slurs. Double the number, queer kids at a rate of double the number of straight kids report having contemplated suicide. Transgender kids at a significantly higher rate. So I think this is a really important issue for us to talk about locally, for us to look at and encourage our school district to deal with. I think it's also critically important that we here who are giving the country its Speaker of the House push for the full recognition of LGBT equality. It is when the Congress refuses, when the Senate does not take up and the Congress does not take up ENDA, it is affirming the bigots out there who say that there's something wrong with these kids. So we need ENDA this year, and that's something I really strongly believe in. We need full civil equality for LGBT people. In 2010, it's ridiculous that we don't have it. And lastly, I don't think we can be so confident that we do such a good job with gay teens here when we have, you know, probably upwards of 1,000, 2,000 queer kids who've arrived here from somewhere, who we have not found a home for, and who are roaming around San Francisco thinking that they were coming here to the great gay Mecca, and have ended up homeless, and sometimes on drugs, sometimes tricking, sometimes selling themselves. You know, this is a huge problem, and I think particularly for the LGBT community, but I think for the whole city, we need to find a better way of dealing with our young queer kids who arrive here.
Scott?
I think I'm going to do a closing. So I've lived in this immediate neighborhood for over 13 years, since Labor Day 1997. I lived for about 7 years at 19th and Collingwood, so just a couple hundred feet from this school, and I now live at 17th and Diamond. I have rode Muni from Castro Station through the ups and the extreme downs over the years, back to the meltdown in 1998 when we put that new computer system in. I know a lot of people who have been victims of crimes in this neighborhood, and I've seen the ups and downs of public safety. I've seen the great things we've been able to do, like putting the 17th Street Plaza in and other terrific developments in this neighborhood. I know this neighborhood, I know this community, I know how to get things done here. I know our city government, I know what works, I know what doesn't work, and I will be able to get in there on day one and work unbelievably hard for you to improve our neighborhood, to improve how City Hall works, to focus on the basic city services that you depend on day in and day out, and I would be honored to have your support.
Rebecca? I'm envisioning the Castro 4 years from now under a Supervisor Prozan first term. And I'm thinking about working with Isaac on the historic sidewalk program to make sure that we are honoring our LGBT brothers and sisters up and down Castro Street. And what a magnet that will bring in addition to the camera store. I'm envisioning a Castro that is welcoming for everyone. Myself as a lesbian, my friends who happen to be African American, and I'm proud to have the endorsement of John Newsom, who is actually the founder of Castro for All. I'm envisioning a new Castro Country Club for people who are sober, so that they have a place in this community that they can call home. I'm envisioning maybe even we cut through it and we find a home for the LGBT Historical Society right here in the Castro, where we started this movement in San Francisco. And some would say, besides Stonewall, probably one of the most important movements our country has seen in terms of the LGBT equality movement. I'm imagining a Castro that has the nonprofits and the social services, and I'm even envisioning a Castro where straight people can be here and enjoy this community like we have. Thank you, row number 2. I envision a Castro for all. I am approachable and accessible. I'm proud to have the endorsement of Bevan Duffy. I'm proud to have worked for Willie Brown for 5 years and to be a Recreation and Park Commissioner, to have done the things that I've been able to do over the last 13 years, and I want to take all of that and work for you. I don't have the special interest money to my right and to my left, the thousands of dollars. You know, this is the most expensive district supervisor race in the city, bar none. They've already raised the cap 90 grand, and it's just the beginning. We're 25 days away. I don't have that money. I have the heart and soul of my volunteers. What we've put together, no one believed we could ever do. 3,100 signatures. First 2 fundraising reports. First campaign to raise 100 grand. We're making history, and we need your help, and I'd love to have you on the team. Thank you, Bill.
First off, does anybody want to know the Giants score? Should I tell you?
Yes.
It's the bottom of the 6th, and we're up 4-1.
Yay.
Anyway, thanks for coming tonight. It was great to see a lot of new faces. We've done a lot of these debates, so it's really good. You know, what I envision kind of really is you know, our current supervisor, Bevan Duffy, has been a great supervisor. He's been accessible. You can call him, he'll call you right back, or you actually pick up. He can text you right back. It's about accessibility of a supervisor, right? It's about our district, and it's not just the Castro, it's Noe Valley, it's Glen Park, it's where I live in Diamond Heights. I lived here on 19th and Church for years, though. So I envision being a supervisor that is very district focused, but at the same time, you have to have a really big view of the city. You have to understand what's going on in Pacific Heights all the way out to Hunters Point. So, you know, sure, we're elected here, but you're representing the city. And we need that. We need somebody who understands the larger picture and can really, really put that together. Strategically, long-term issues. So that's what I envision. I envision, you know, really caring about our district, but at the same time really caring about the city as a whole. And I think that's part of the problem down at Board of Supervisors right now is the fighting that has got to stop. The grandstanding has got to stop. It's just got to be, we've got to get some civility down there. And that's what I hope to bring. Thank you.
Well, first, can we have a hand for our candidates and our moderators? Thank you so much. And I want to know that there's a box in the back if you guys want to drop a couple of bucks in for the school. And I'm glad to hear that this is the most expensive race. These candidates have made commitments to the school. And you know how crazy I am, so I hope you guys will fulfill those. Because this makes a difference. This is one of the most diverse schools in the city, and this is where we bring kids together from all over the city. I mean, this school actually recruits kids from the Bayview, from Viz Valley, from the Western Addition. We bring them here to get together, and we all live the life that Harvey lived, that Martin Luther King lived, and Cesar Chavez lived. And this example, I think, is unparalleled in the city, and this is why we're here. So thank you all for coming tonight.